Okay, so once you add a README, you can create the repository. Okay, that's gonna create this out here for you. So next thing you'll want to do is add me as a collaborator. So under settings, collaborators, okay, you haven't invited any collaborators yet. So if you want others to see it, go ahead and add people. If you want to make it public, by all means, make it public. And you can share that repo out there, and yeah, that's fine. That's up to you. That's not up to me. But I'll officially start you with a private repo. Whatever you do with that afterwards is up to you. Okay, so when you add people, you haven't added any collaborators, add people. Right, Hamachi at pasadena.edu. That's where I'm gonna see that email. I'm gonna see like 20 of you. I want my inbox to blow up, so yes, please. All right, so then now you got your repo there, and now for 7 weeks, you were a guest in my organization's repos. Now I get to be a guest in yours. See how that works there? So it will be an honor to be a guest in your repository. Okay, I think for also here for the final, I think I did something, did I do something for markdowns? No, that's for another class. Okay. Yeah, you should be fine with this. Okay. How are we doing with that? Oh, awesome. I'm starting to see my phone blow up. Yeah, might as well do it now. I mean, we're here. And then, folks, if you want to clone this local to your computer, you know what to do. Code, open with GitHub Desktop, clone locally. Right, and I'll have to fix my path there, but yeah, you get the idea, right? Oh, awesome. My inbox is blowing up. I love it. Matter of fact, I'm going to start accepting some of these invites if you don't mind.
So how to edit the README file, or should we do anything with it?
No.
Oh, I'm just curious. How do you work on that?
Oh, to make markdown files, just like how we did for all the assignments and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah, so check this out. So you can edit directly with the pencil there, but let me show you what else we can do as well. That's actually a very good question. So let me show you. Show you here. I think it is under resources. Markdown, mastering Markdown. So there's, for H1s, it's just one hashtag like that. For H2s, it looks like that. For H6s, yeah, it looks like that. Right? And every time you do a heading like that, it makes it indexable right here. For styling your text, like bold or italic or strike through, like that, you can do that. How about I bring up something, like one of our assignments, for instance. So yes, if you did want to add a few more things in your markdown here, feel free. Who am I to, who am I going to argue? It's your portfolio. Okay. Open. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Week 5, Prof. Hamachi. So, yeah, like the review assignment, like HTML07 here. Let's see. Like the README file, right? This is kind of what it looks like here, right? So if you want to see a preview of that, I usually do this. I split the screen there and I do open preview. So this one will give you a preview of what your markdown text looks like on the left here. So here's something else interesting too. So, like how those backticks there are for code blocks there? Watch this. If we do this and make it HTML, and then within the code blocks right here, you have something like H1. Look at that. It colorizes your text here. Paragraphs. Right, so this is how you would insert like a HTML code block if you're actually doing this, that you want to show the code that's under the covers. So this even works for JavaScript. So JavaScript, it'll colorize it. Markdown will recognize it. Python, I think Python works here too. right? So if you did like a print, see, look, it colorizes it. It's like, oh my gosh, where was this marked down like 30 years ago? I know, I'll stop with my uphill in the snow both way stories. But yeah, so that one page there for you for mastering Markdown, I learned how to do this just by making my own readmes and just by looking at these and then looking at other people's readme files too. So that means you can, you have a whole bunch of readme files that you can take a look at. For example, you know, all of those assignments that you did, those repos that you pulled down that has all those markdown files, yeah, you can look at those for examples too. Oh yeah, links. So much easier than doing HTML anchor tags, right? So you have something like this. This site was built using, and this would be like the alt text right here in square brackets. And then the actual href would be in parentheses. So that's how straightforward it is. That's how awesome that is. Oh, I did want to show you one other thing, folks. So let's say that you're on your iPad, you're safely socially distanced outside at Starbucks or something like that. I think if you are in your repo, I think you can hit period. And if you hit period, look, hey, VS Code, it's in your browser. So if you get inspiration and all you have is a iPad right here, but you don't want your ideas to get lost, you can at least navigate to your GitHub portfolio up online and you can start typing things in here. It's right in your browser. I wish we had this a while ago. So isn't that neat? You can also create new files, right? Create a new file. So yeah, you get the idea. File, save. But yeah, I hope that this helps you have some fun with this. Okay, close all. All right. What questions do you have for me? Okay, you can ask that while I start accepting all these invitations. Okay, yes, I'm going to accept.
This might be a dumb question. So how do I see a HTML file on GitHub as a web page?
Let's see. Do we got some built-in browser tools for that? I don't remember.
No, I don't know. Cause just like we have done several assignments that have HTML files. When I open the file in my repo, I only see the HTML code. I'm just wondering, how do you see that as a real web page on GitHub, or I need to host it on somewhere on the server to see that as a web page?
How to see an HTML page on GitHub as a normal... Yeah.
Right.
Similar questions. Can I run HTML files directly? Raw gethack.com. Okay. And isn't really... Oh, well, you know what? You know, like how Roger also used GitHub Pages? But that's like one option right there. HTML preview.github.com partially fails at rendering JS and CSS. I wonder what this is, RawGit. Ah, darn it. It's end of life, darn it. HTML preview. Yep, that's best days. Yeah, if you do going through all this, I think it might be easier just to do live preview. Oh, I wonder if live preview works in up here. Let's see. I wonder then, let's see here, let me just add a file. Okay, so if I have this, index HTML, setup web editor, I wonder if we can, oh my gosh, we could do extensions here. Oh my gosh. Ooh, hey, the command palette works too. Oh, simple browser, show. Oh, darn it. So, yeah. I don't know, if we can get to this point. I don't know. Let me look, because maybe all of those other things were deprecated because we have VS Code in GitHub now. Let me look at it.
Okay, I think Rogers just mentioned if I can make it public, they might work.
Yeah, if you make it public, and then you tie in GitHub pages with that, that would work too.
Okay, so does it mean as long as I make a repo public, when I click a HTML link, the file then will become the real web page?
Yeah, so let's try that. Yeah, looks like a few more settings. Yeah, Roger's saying a few more settings too, but let me play around with this. There's got to be a way.
Yeah, okay. It would be nice to know how to do it. Thank you.
Okay. Can a public repo be made private and public later? Yes. So you would go to your repositories and then go to settings. And let's see here. So under settings, change repository visibility. And then that's where you can select public or private. And then type your full repo name if you understand the consequences of your changes. You're welcome. Alrighty, just the fact that I saw so many invitations to collaborate, I'm going to take that as excitement that, hey, we're going to do something cool. Gosh darn right, you're going to do something cool. And I get to witness it. So terrific, outstanding. So for week 7, since I don't want to overload you, let's see, that's like what, T10 code 1. Okay, if I set it up like this, do I have your guarantee? Do I have your word that you'll finish up anything that you need to finish up? I will accept late work now. And anything you need fixed, that's fine. If you need help on getting anything fixed, then let me know, okay? Like I said, my goal and my aim is to help you. Okay. Assignments due Thursday, T10 code 1. And if you already went down that rabbit hole, building your own site, that's fine. You can use pieces and elements out of that one assignment that we did. Yeah, you can use it to supplement it. That's fine. Kevin, what is the name of the course of CIS 193? Yep, so let's see here. So CIS 193, client-side web development using JavaScript. Hey, did Roger make GitHub pages? Hey, everybody, check it out. Roger just put up this on GitHub pages. It's right. Yep. So that's it right there. That's GitHub pages for you. Okay, GitHub pages, pages.github.com. That's where you and you can host a site, right? You know, a pretty generic site there, host it directly from your GitHub repository. Just edit, push, and changes are live, okay? So you can see now why I was getting you to create your own repo. Add me as a collaborator, of course, right? And then it's to get you set up toward going towards this direction here. Right, and here's how to do it. And yes, one could save a ton on hosting costs, right? Because check this out. When you go to that site there, it is possible to use some DNSA records. So yes, you could buy your own DNS records, and I think that is a subscription type thing. So you can point like a specific domain. You could point it to that URL. So it would be a CNAME. See, that's what it is. That's the kind of tools that folks that you and I have at our disposal to date. Uphill in the snow both ways. So outstanding. Yeah, so when you're ready to host something, let me know. Let me know, and maybe you too can use GitHub pages as well. cancel. Alrighty, shall we roll through some of these things here and then do a quick speed run on the PowerPoints? Outstanding. All right, so let's start with the fun one first. The review here. Okay, I'll get this set up. Okay, and then we'll get the table set up over here too. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing here, folks, is we're gonna be doing, here, let me throw the README open. We're gonna be building this out right here. We're gonna be using JS to do this. And this is the really cool thing because we can just inject HTML code into a static web page just with pure vanilla JS. And my gosh, isn't that awesome? So we could take something like this and inject it straight into a div tag in your HTML that we're going to do right here. Are y'all with me? Okay, so for the HTML here, how about we get our live preview going? Okay, live preview, yep, looking good. All right, so we got 3 style sheets that are right down here. What we are gonna need are 2 JS files. Okay, and that's gonna be script source times 2. Okay, and the first one we're gonna link to here is our script source is LHT list. Yep, LHT list JS. Okay, and we'll set that to defer. And here's the other one that we're gonna need here, LHT table. LHT table JS, that's the file that we're gonna be building out here. And we'll also set this to defer. Okay, so yeah, table, yeah, blank right there. But I'll show you the list in a minute. Okay, so directly after the closing article, okay, directly after this, so notice that there's a blank that's right down here. What we're gonna need to do is create a div ID event list. Div ID is going to be event list. Okay, and right in between here, this whole div, this is what we're going to be writing that table out to. And when we use get element by ID, get element by ID, and we're going to refer to event list here. So when we refer to that, we take code and we blast it out to that div ID. Okay. So that's what we get to do tonight. Okay, make sure that this is in there, because if this event list is not in your HTML page, you'll never see it out here. Plain and simple. Okay, I do want to show you this too, the list. So check this out. We're declaring event dates, declaring a variable here, event descriptions, and event prices. Now, folks, if you're familiar with Python here, hey, these are just standard old lists. It's nothing too outrageous, right? Right, the list is between the square brackets right there, and then of course with JS, it's you end that line with a semicolon. But look, all it is just strings separated by commas. Okay, same with this right here. That's all it is. Now, normally, you would more than likely be doing PHP. PHP calls out to your MySQL database, asking for data from the MySQL database. In this case right here, it's a flat file database that we're pulling data from. So congratulations. If this is your first time pulling from a flat file database, then congratulations. All right. So here's what we're gonna do here. Let's see. How about set the date displayed in the calendar? Okay, so like right here. What's that shortcut again? Yeah, so it's Alt-Shift-A, and then this gives you JS commenting abilities here. So here is set the date displayed in the calendar. Okay, so we know we're gonna need to do that. We also know that we're gonna need to write the HTML code for the event list table. Okay, so also, we know we're gonna have to set that end date for the event that's here, 2 weeks from the current date. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be defining a static date on this one. In future exercises, you'll be grabbing the system time of your system. Okay, but at least in this one, we're gonna be hard coding a date in. All right, so then let's see what else we're gonna be doing here. The event dates array. Okay, so these event dates array, we can do a loop here, and we can do a loop that's gonna look for, let's see, event date, event day, and then event time. And then we can parse that out to 2 locale time strings and 2 date strings as well. And then we can work with that. So we pull that out and then we write it out. So then, yeah, we can also style this out here too. So we're going to call this one right here loop through the event dates array list. If you're used to Python, it's list. Okay, if the event date is within the 2-week window, display it on the page. Okay, so we're going to be doing some comparisons right there. So we're going to be taking the this day variable there. If it's less than or equal to the event date, and the event date is less than or equal to the end date. So that's a few objects right there. Right. We're going to need to write the HTML code into the event list. Okay, the event list box. Doesn't that sound very familiar? Event list, we're going to be writing it out to here. Okay, that's going to be our goal there. Okay, and I'll show you here that it's really not too bad. To give you an idea of like why would we want to do something like this, it's so that it's automating. Right? It's automating because I think there was one particular exercise where you built the calendar. So then every couple of weeks or every day you would have to go and manually grab dates and put them out over here. So manually do that. Why? Because you can automate it now. And this is the exact spirit of the assignment. Just to give you an idea about some context of like other things we can automate. One thing that I have been doing and that I have been playing around with is that I'm fooling around with making API calls from my web page, right? And what that means is that I'm choosing to use the LinkedIn API. Okay, and what does that mean? So yes, I'm starting to build my brand now. And check this out. Okay, you're going to be learning these APIs and using JS with these APIs here to populate information out onto your page. So check this out, LinkedIn API documentation. For something like this, instead of me doing copy and paste for all of my recommendations or something like that, instead of me copying, pasting, I'm just going to have my web page go to my LinkedIn page using an API token as authorization. And authorization and authentication as well. So yeah, I know it's me on this particular application, right? It's going to go out to my LinkedIn page, grab all of the recommendations, and automatically populate my testimonials page or my recommendations page, right, on my personal portfolio site. So yes, that means you can do it too. And you can also use JS to pull that in. that's exactly what JS and the API is for. It's to automate stuff like if you have a dad joke or something like that. I don't know if you saw it on my YouTube page, but I do have a JS application that fetches dad jokes. Dad joke API. I can has dad joke API. And it's using the API here. So no authentication needed. And I return in, at least for me, I return it in JSON as a JavaScript object notation object, right? So I grab that and then I get a random dad joke. And you too can program this in JS. So APIs extend the functionality of your browser. That's just to kind of give you a preview of what's coming up. And I use APIs all the time now because why reinvent the wheel, folks? For things like stock X div dates, I use Yahoo Finance. So I just import Yahoo Finance and then just grab a list in Python, just a list of the stocks I want the X div dates for, and what that price is, and approximately when it's going to be paid, or when it X divs on what month, right? And so I have a 12-month calendar going, and you can do it too, right? And the API, oh my gosh, it's free. So you too can go to something like Rapid API and sign up, and you too can look at all the nice APIs that are available. Some are paid, some are through paywall, but some are free for testing. They're the freemium kind of tier, where just as long as you're not doing like API calls like every second, or you're limited to like I don't know, one or 5 API calls a day, right, before they start charging your credit card, right? But Open Weather Map, they have an open API, so you too can. I think it's also available through Rapid API, Open Weather Map. So I help you make a weather comparison application through here, and folks, it's all open, right? So like, here's the API. Yep, and I don't do anything like super huge or anything like that. So like one API call or something like that, and look at that. So that's just to give you an idea of like, look at the cool things you can automate. And you can use JS, you can use Python, you can use, just about anything. Anyway, sorry, that was a tangent. Thanks for letting me go there. Alrighty here. So at least for this here, yeah, there's like nothing here, right? That's our list. Here's our table here. Yep, go ahead and save that. Let's see. How about we come out here and yeah, I'll just go top bottom, right? And just kind of how we kind of looked at this type of flow here. Set the date displayed in the calendar, and I think with ES6, I think you can use I think you can declare it using let now, but that's okay. In this one, you could just do var this day, right? We're declaring this variable here. It's going to be new date, right? And we're going to pass in something in this function here. We're going to pass in a string. Okay, we're going to say October 1, 2021, right? So we just hard code that date. All right, so write the HTML code for the event list table. Okay, so we are going to need, remember the table ID, and we are going to need event table. Okay, and that's going to look like this. So we declare this variable here. We'll do table HTML. That's going to equal here. Let's go table ID. Okay, and that's going to equal here. And check this out. So typically in JS, you can use either single quote or double quote, but just be consistent, right? But here's the thing here. So let's say in between here, so since this is going to be converted to HTML, we actually need this part to be a string. Okay, so it's an event table there. So this whole string here is including this portion that's right under here to include that as a string. Because if I used double quotes that are right here, it would truncate. And in this case, we probably don't want that. So this is how we use the single quote and double quotes to our advantage. Okay, table HTML. Table HTML. Okay, we're gonna need some captions here. Okay, so within those tags there, we're gonna do upcoming events. Okay, and then let's see what that table looks like over here. It's date, event, and the price here. Okay, so that's first one, second one's the event there, and then the price is going to be out here too. Right, and that's coming from our flat file database. All right, so table HTML. Okay, so table row. So remember the TRs that are going to be out over here. Okay, so we're going to be filling in everything in between here. So that table row is what we're writing out here, what we're setting up for formatting. Okay, so we do know we're going to need some table heads. Okay, so the date was one. What was the other ones? Event and price or something like that? Price. Okay. Okay, see how that's working? Yeah, we only had 7 weeks of it. That table row, that's what we're framing out there. And then within this table row, we do table heads for date, event, and price. And then we use those HTML tags that's in between there. Okay, set the end date for the event list 2 weeks from there. So we're going to declare a variable named end date that contains the date object that is 14 days after the date stored in the this day variable. So that's the this day variable. Okay, it's out right over here. And then yeah, so then we're gonna do plus 14 days, 24 hours, 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 1,000 milliseconds. I think that's how that works there. Okay, so that set the end date for the event list 2 weeks from the current date. Okay, so we declare here end date, just like the markdown's asking us for. Okay, and we create a new date here. Okay, and within this here, we're gonna pass in some functionality in here. And what's that called? That's called passing in arguments. Okay, that means new date. That means this day, and we're gonna also do get time. So get time here, gonna execute that. Okay, that is a function. Okay, then we'll do plus here, and then we'll do 14 times 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes to an hour, 60 minutes to an hour, 60 seconds, and then 1,000 milliseconds. Okay, new date, this day, get time, so we're passing that inside. And then see, we're passing this into date, new date. All right, do you folks remember your for loops in Python? Okay. It's very similar in JS. Very, very similar. Okay, all you gotta remember here. Okay, so you got that, and within within that for there, just remember 2 semicolons that are in there as well. So for declare our variable I equals 0. And if I is event dates length, and then iterate. Okay, that was our conditional there. If the condition meets when we iterate over, then we got 3 things that we're going to be doing. So we're gonna do 3 variables in here that we're going to be declaring. Event date equals new date. Okay, and that's going to be event dates I. So yeah, see I. That's right up there. Okay, event day. Okay, event date to date string. To date string. Yep, call that function there. Event date to date string. We want the string because we're going to pass in the string when we write that out to the table. Var event time. That's going to be event date to locale time string, to locale time string there. So if the event date is within that 2-week window there, we're going to display it on the page. Okay. So that's going to look like this. Okay, if this day, if it's less than or equal to the event date, and event date is less than or equal to the end date, okay, and yep, curly braces there will do, okay, this is where we're writing out each line here, and we're going to be writing it out in HTML. So remember we declared up here table HTML. So this is it. We wrote out our first line, that's the second line. So each of these other lines here, right, there's the upcoming events. That was the caption right there. This is the headers here. And then each one of these, we're going to be writing out. Single line, line by line. If it meets that criteria, write it out. So if this day is that, and then, yep, table HTML. Table HTML. Okay. And since we have that table row that's going to be in there, you know that opening tag, you know for a fact we're going to have a closing tag in here.
Now we can reduce tailpipe emissions. Oh, please, cheer. For my son. Your son? I shall name him.
All right, so let's do the event day.
His name is Kyle.
Okay, so event day.
Okay, let's go. We're going on and that's it.
At the event time plus a table data, we're going to be closing that out there. See, so how it is right here, Friday, October 1, 2021 at 7:30. Right, so we're going to be styling this one out here. No, well, not styling. We're going to be writing it out. Okay, so that's table HTML here. Start of our TD tag there. Okay, that's the string. That's literally the string that we're going to be writing out to the HTML. So since we're writing it out to an HTML page, we have to write HTML out to the page here. Right? So we're doing concatenating now. So let's concatenate the event day, right? Event day plus a string here, plus the value for event time, okay? And concatenating it again. So then we need the end of that right there for that one line. So it's another, well, we close the TD tag. Okay, is that making sense there so far? So we're taking that TD tag and whatever value for event day is there, and then that literal asterisk there, and then the value for event time, and then that table data right there. Okay, then we're writing that line out over here. So, and we'll do that with document get element by ID. So table HTML here. Okay, you guessed it. So we got that TD there. Yes, we know we're gonna need another TD to close that. Okay, and so let's take the event descriptions plus event descriptions. Event descriptions. So it's event descriptions, and since we're iterating over that, and then plus. Okay, one more line here. Okay, then this is going to be, let's see, table HTML here. Let's grab the price here. So table HTML. Okay, event prices. Yep, it's event prices. That's going to be out there. And we'll close off our table data that's right out over here. Okay, so this portion right here, this is going to need to be a part of this loop. Okay, see that? So this bracket right here matches up with right here because we got a loop through the event dates and we got the conditional for if the event date is within this. Okay, and then let's see, do we have, oh yeah, so look, we have table HTML that's right up here. So this was the table ID event table that we're throwing out there. So we need to go table HTML. I think we need to close this off now. Okay, cool. Is that looking okay so far? Okay. So this is all great. We programmed it. We got it all ready for us. Next thing is we're going to write it out now. And we do that with document get element by ID. And we're going to be writing it out to event list. So I'm going to copy event list because I don't want to mess this one up. Okay, so write your code out here. It's document get element by ID. Okay, and we're passing in event list there. Okay, it's inner HTML. Inner HTML, that's going to equal their table HTML. Okay, window not responding here. So here's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna take a 5-minute break if that's okay with you. Okay, yeah, let's stop that server. Keep waiting. Yeah, this is acting really funny right now. Okay. All right, 5 minutes. It is now 8 o'clock. Resume at 8:05. Okay, enjoy your break. All right, folks, welcome back. So, my GitHub desktop application is acting a little bit funny. You kind of saw that. Then my VS Code was acting a little bit funny, so I took the time to restart those, reboot those. But I think I have bigger problems with the GitHub desktop, so doesn't matter to you. I'll fix it on my side. But as you can see here, as a result of everything we did here, upcoming events. So yeah, here's what we have. See, there's the date, there's the event, there's the price there, and it was pulling it straight from the list that's right here. Event dates, event descriptions, event prices. We got our table out here too. So yeah, even if you wanted to do something like this as maybe an example of one of your projects or something like that, then yeah, why not use something like that too? Okay. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful for you going through this. So this has been the review assignment. What questions do you have for me right now? Okay, well, alrighty, so we got that. Let's see. For tomorrow's class, do you folks want to see? It's not going to be an assignment, but would you like to see an example of how we would use JS and an API? Okay. Yeah, I think we can set that up for you. Again, I'm not going to make it an assignment. You have enough to be doing right now. First of all, you have to catch up on any missed work. That's number one. Number two is you got stuff that's going here going forward. Not only do you have T10s to do, I only gave you two. You got two things there, and then you got two T10s, and then you got your final portfolio. I think you have enough to concentrate on for a week and a few days. Okay. All right. So I think that's gonna be it. Hopefully you guys got a table like that. Okay. And that's all I got. And yeah, I'm officially going to dismiss class now.
You're not going to show the on-load init part? Or
The recording has stopped.
Yes, in a future lab assignment. Yes, there is an onload init. Okay. I do have another lab. I can show that to you.
This will work without it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, because most of the time on some of the other ones, you need like an onload, then you init, and I think that's for ES6 as well. So okay, I gotta go. I'm dying. This COVID thing is no joke, folks. I'm dying. But okay. Yeah, that means just stay safe. And thank God for Zoom.
Yeah, feel better.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks all you guys. But my goodness, yeah, it's no joke. And the thing is that that loss of smell and taste, like how with wild type and Delta variant, like that came on like right before. those symptoms before. For me, it's nearing the end. So it's like just I noticed a slow decline since I tested positive. I noticed a slow decline of my smell and taste. And it's like, yeah, this is totally weird. So today, it was gradually dulling. Today, it's like, nope, I can't smell my shampoo anymore. And when I taste like orange juice, it's got to be really acidic for me to be able to taste it. Otherwise, it's kind of like water. But that seems to coincide with what CDC is saying, and it tends to coincide with what's going on out there. Folks, I have no idea where you picked this up from. This is insane. It's like I don't I hardly do anything. So, but yeah, I will get some rest. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm dying. But yeah, you guys stay safe. Okay.
Okay, good night.
Good night.